All right, y'all. What's poppin', everybody? It's your boy Armon, and we're back with another video. Get in here, get in here. We got to get into some things, all right? So, listen, we're going to be honest here, all right? We got to be honest, and so we're going to be doing a new little segment called Let's Be Honest on this platform. And we just unpeeling the layers of our reality, right? You know, I think a lot of us, we're always wanting change in our lives and we're always wanting to grow. And we have these things that we're feeling inside and we have these things that, you know, we think about inside and, you know, we want to attract so many things. And a lot of us, maybe we're into, you know, the law of attraction and, you know, understanding how to visualize and attract things to us. But I think a lot of times we miss in the law of attraction while trying to attract those things in our lives is the word action that is inside the word attraction. You know, so a lot of times we don't want to do the action part that causes the attraction in the law. And so this is what this is a video is about. And so I think in order for us to get to that point where we are actually, you know, using the universal law of attraction to pull these things into us, to manifest the life that we want, manifest the jobs and the careers and the abundance that we desire, we have to get real about how we're going about it. And quite frankly, some of us are just lazy and are not willing to put in the work. And it's not that, you know, it's not that we don't want it, but we haven't identified what it is that is holding us back. And the reality of the situation is, personally, I feel as though comfortability is what holds us back every time. Comfortability and laziness. Sometimes we feel as things are too hard. We feel like, you know, that's too much work. Or some of us just like to complain. And then once we get out of our comfort zone, once we get back into our comfort zone, the complaining is over. See, a lot of times we like to complain out of our comfort zone. Oh my God, I'm at work. I hate this job. You be there all day. You hate that job. You be at that job, you sitting on that phone. You looking up jobs, looking up new jobs all day long. You probably done redid your resume 50 times. You done emailed every company that you know. You on Indeed. You on LinkedIn. You messaging people. You doing everything at that job but work. Because you trying to get the hell out of that job because that job done got on your nerves. Okay? You sitting there with them kids. You tired. I'm tired of these kids. I just need a break. I need a break from these kids. I need a vacation. I need these kids. I need somebody to pick these kids up. I'm tired of being a single parent. I need somebody to watch these kids because if somebody would want to watch my kids, I could then go and build my YouTube channel. I can go and take that course. I can go and, you know, and take this class. I can go and travel to meet this person. I can go on this interview. If somebody were to watch my kids, or if I had the money, I could buy that phone. I could buy that camera. I can get that new car. But I just don't have the time. I don't have the money. I don't have the support. I don't have the things that I need, the resources that I need to get me to the next level. But if I just had them, I could do it. And that's all I would need. Don't that sound like some people? I know that sound like some people. Oh, I just need this. If they just gave me this, if I had a babysitter, I could do it. If I had a few more followers, it would work. But I don't have it. Then I don't have time after work. You know, a man told me he was at his job. I went to the AT&T store. Somebody, you know, stole my phone. And he told me, oh, I want to be a YouTuber so bad. He said, I would love to be a content creator. I said, you should do it. He said, but I'll be at work. I said, well, you can do it in work. You go to work and you go after and do your job. What? After? I'll be tired. Oh, well, sir. Well, then you don't want to be a YouTuber because you still got to go to work. See, if you're looking for me to tell you to quit your job, I'm not going to tell you to quit your job. You got to see, the problem is you got to go to that job to fund that career that you want. But the part that lies over here is the fact that when you get off of that job, out of your comfort zone, because you're not comfortable at that job or that situation, when you get out of that job, then you get back into your car, your comfort zone. You get back to your house when you have the time, because you still have time. What do you fill your time with? Don't tell me, oh, I got to take care of my kids, this, that, third. Well, you had kids. Take care of your kids. But then at that window, what do you do after you've tended to your kids? Then you go edit your YouTube video. Then you go make that content. You know what he told me? Oh, but now I got to edit. I just can't edit. So now you've added another layer. So now you got your job. Then you got off of work. Then you got a kid. Now that we done said, okay, well, you put your kids down. Oh, now you got to edit. So you're making excuses for why you can't get it done. So you don't want it bad enough. Because at the end of the day, there is time. You do have time. Through all of those things, you have time to put some action into that law of attraction that you are daydreaming and trying to manifest. You do have time. You may not have as much time in the day as other people, but you do have a window of time where you can say, hey, you know what? For this allotted amount of time, I'm going to put this towards my goal if you want it bad enough. But I think a lot of people want comfort more than they want their circumstances to change for real, for real. Sometimes we just want to be we want to be back in our comfort zone. I can't tell you how many times I used to be like, oh my God, I used to be on that job, looking up every job. When I was at work, stuck. See, when you be stuck somewhere, that's when you want everything that you should have been working for. When you can't have it no more. When the time is gone. When I used to be at work, wasting time. I mean, I wasn't wasting no time at work. I was at work. I was literally looking for jobs. Because then when I had my free time, guess what I was doing? Oh, child, I'm outside. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. Then as soon as it's time to go to work, now I'm thinking about, ooh, I got to do this application. Ooh, this job fair. Ooh, I should have just made this video and uploaded it. Nah, nigga, you don't have time no more. You at work now. That window is over. But when you had that free time, you was chilling. And so I think that we need to be honest. A lot of times, that's what we do. We complain about our kids being a burden. We complain about a job not having us time. We complain about not having money. But what happens when, you on that job, then you have your off day? Don't say, oh, my off day, I just been with my kids. I had this, I had that. That's a bunch of excuses. During that off day, you were supposed to get something done. Because for sure, you're going to make sure if you're going to smoke your weed, if you like that, you're going to set out the time for that. You're going to drink, you're going to sit and eat. You're going to laugh. You're going to cackle. Don't let it be a payday. You'll complain all the way up until payday. Then all of a sudden payday hit. That job ain't that bad. It keeps you there for 2 more weeks. All the complaining you did. Any crazy, like on payday, nobody cared. Nobody's tripping off the job. You be looking for jobs all week long. Soon as payday comes, child, you done order donuts for the office. You on Amazon now instead of doing a job application, see, because now you're comfortable. Your bank account is full. You feel like you're in a place of abundance. So guess what you're doing now? Now you're shopping on Amazon. So now you shopping. You done got your nails done. You done got this. You didn't sacrifice. You're not sacrificing anything. Because, you got to pay your bills. You got to pay your rent. But now you're treating yourself. Have you ever considered treating yourself to that $300 course? See, it's easy to say, oh, when I get paid or when I get my tax return, I'm finna put this money. I'm finna buy this course. I'm finna do that. Everybody just, I'm finna start this business. I'm finna put this lump sum down. I'm finna buy that $500 camera. I'm finna do that. I'm finna actually put a $500 there, and I'm gonna do $500. Then I'm gonna take this editing course. Then I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. That money come, child. All of a sudden, it done went to everything but a course. Then that money gone. Then all of a sudden you start feeling like you regret, like, damn, I should have bought this. I could have did this with that money. Well, next time I get a lump sum money, I'm finna do this. Then next time come, then, oh, my kids needed this. My car went out. And sometimes that do happen. So my point is, when you have the money, when you have the resources, use it. But you gotta actually do it. A lot of us just do a lot of talking out of discomfort. But the minute we get back into our comfort zone, and when I say comfort zone, it means that freedom from work, you clocking out. It could be little stuff. Just being at home. I know so many times, people are so backwards. They always want to apply for jobs at the job that they at. But when they get home, they're not applying for jobs. They chilling because they're comfortable. You only want a new job when you at the one that you got. You only want to be a YouTuber when you're not able to be a YouTuber. You only want to buy the course when you don't have the money to buy the course. But what about when you got the extra $300 to buy the course? Why you don't buy the course? What about when you have the time to apply for the job? You don't apply for the job because you don't want it bad enough. If you wanted it bad enough, it wouldn't matter what it was. It wouldn't matter if the car worked, the kids was crying. Nothing would stand in the way from you, no matter how tired you were. Nothing would stand in the way from you of getting off of that job, tending to those kids, and then putting a few hours into your business or putting a few hours into an application to change your situation. So I cannot tell you how many people, some of my friends even do it. Oh, child, it's this. All I need is this. I'm trying to get here. I just need this, but I don't have no help. And I'm thinking to myself, nobody cares about that. The older you get, no one cares about your feelings. Everybody's going through something, and nobody wants to hear the truth. A lot of times we just bullshit ourselves to make ourselves feel better. But we have to start holding ourselves accountable and realizing that we are not putting in enough work. Life is not that hard all the time. And in order for you to change your circumstances, you have to work out of it. If you are in a hole, if you've dug yourself in a hole or you've fallen into a hole, the only way to get out that hole is to climb out. And what do we know about like dirt holes and stuff? It's not easy to get out of a hole. Sometimes you slip and fall, shit break, because it's a lot going on trying to get up out. And depending how deep it is, you're going to have to get real creative and real strong in order to pull yourself up. So that's work. You don't just walk out of a hole. You see, a hole goes deep. So if you feel like you in a hole and you lost and you stuck, you don't just walk over a hole or just walk. There's no out. The only way out is up. And how you get up through that, you got to climb. And if we know anything about climbing takes work. Climbing takes effort. Climbing takes strength. Climbing takes endurance. Climbing takes willpower. It's mind over matter. You have to tell yourself, okay, I'm about to climb up out of this hole. So you got to get your mind ready because you're about to climb. See, if I was just walking, that's easy. I could just stroll. But if I done fell deep, baby, ain't no time to stroll. You got to work your way out. And guess what? You fall too deep in there, ain't nobody gonna know. Ain't nobody gonna see you or hear you. No one can save you but you. And so the only way you get out of that is if you want to. And you got to want it bad enough to say, hey, you know what? I'm going to put my mind to this and we getting up out of here. No matter what the circumstances is, I'm out of this situation. No matter how deep it is, no matter how dark it is, no matter how shallow it is, if you really want your circumstance and your situation to change, you're going to put that action into that attraction. So then you couple that with your visualization and your trained thinking. Then your circumstances start to begin to change. I remember when I was building my YouTube channel, that was a thing for me, you know. Oh, I didn't have enough time. I don't have enough time. Well, I don't know. I'm tired. And I have to say, oh, that thought process, I'll never get out. I'll never be able to, you know, start my YouTube channel. And it was one day where my mom was saying, hey, at the end of the day, your real job starts after your 8 hours. So I would come home. I'm in a relationship, go home. Man may not understand, but I couldn't even hear that. If you don't understand, baby, you don't get it. You going to work respectfully, but I'm trying to build this channel. So if you don't get it, that's fine, but I can't have you slow me down. So, hey, I'm going to spend some time with you, but I got to do this video right here. Because before I go to bed, I don't care how late it is, I'm going to put out some content. Because eventually, I'm going to be doing that full time. And a lot of times, we don't want to put in that work. And so I had to tell myself, this is what you're going to do. Then it started to turn into, after going to work for 8 hours, sometimes I would not only go to work, I would then I would get in my car and drive 8 hours down the road, Highway 99 to Los Angeles, and audition. But that's how bad I wanted to be a full-time YouTuber. No one was going to give it to me because no one understood, and it was no one else's dream. No one came with me. I would call my friends. They would be asleep or they didn't have time. They didn't understand the journey. And sometimes everybody's not going to understand the journey. And if people don't understand that when you cannot give all of your time to them and you got to sacrifice certain things, if they don't get it, then they're not there for you. I can't tell you how many times people be talking about, oh, I just need a babysitter. I need a babysitter. Then all of a sudden, they get a babysitter. They get a break, weekend break from their kids. What did they do? They called up the nigga. They called up the female. They was drunk all weekend. They had a smoke session. Blunts this big. Everybody taking blunts to the face. They in Vegas partying. No, baby. See, that break from the kids, you took the money and the time. You went to Vegas. Guess what happens when the kids get back? Oh my God, I just sure wish I had a break so I could go and start this business, or I can go apply for these jobs, or I can go on this interview, or I could set this up. But when you had the free time, guess what you did with it? You partied it. You spent the money. You went to Vegas. You hung out. So I think people need to start being more accountable. And let's be honest, sometimes things are not happening in our lives because we don't really want it bad enough. We just want to be comfortable. And the moment that we are comfortable, then we forget about being uncomfortable until we're back uncomfortable again. Then we want everything that makes us, then we have all these visions and dreams and aspirations that's been bottled up inside. But the minute that, everything is pretty cool and chill, copacetic, bank accounts kind of fluffy. I got 2 days off this week, maybe 3-day weekend. Oh, we doing a barbecue. We going shopping and we chilling. I'm finna smoke. I need a break. Ain't no break when you trying to build. You take those 2 days off. You take those 3 days off. You not off. Maybe everybody else at your job is off, but you not off. You going to work 7 days a week. If you really want your circumstance to change. And if you're not doing that, you don't really want it that bad. I know people are like, oh, well, I've been applying for jobs. Well, how many jobs you applied for? How many interviews you went on? Do you really want a job? Because if you really wanted a job, you would have a job. Because you wouldn't be able to sleep until you had a job. Because you'll take this job just to get to that job. And that job to get to that job. You'll take whatever's answering because you want to go to work, because you understand that I need my financial situation to change. And so I challenge each and every person that feels as though they are in a hole or they can't get out. Ask yourself and be honest. Do you want out bad enough? Do you want it bad enough? And I guarantee you, if you really be honest with yourself, a lot of you would say, you know what? I want it, but I guess I don't want it bad enough because I could be working harder. You know what I mean? And so we're going to be getting into some things on this channel. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And until next time, let's be honest. And I'll see you soon. Peace out.